Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. So yesterday one of the candidate was attended interview with DLP. It's a data loss prevention or data leak prevention. So in that interview, what are the questions they expected? So I will discuss now. So you can see on the left hand side, it's a serial number. On the right hand side, you can see what is the question is about. So first question is about explain about our roles and responsibilities. In this scenario, candidate has to explain about DLP roles and responsibilities because you are explaining about EDR or vulnerability management or SOC roles and responsibilities or cloud or maybe firewall related roles and responsibilities or audit related roles and responsibilities you will not select. So you should explain about only DLP roles and responsibility. Why? Because customer or client is looking for DLP roles and responsibilities or DLP vacancy. So next question is what is DLP and explain. So nothing but definition only. And what is the importance of the DLP tool and why we have to use DLP tool in our organization side. So you should aware of the, so what is the corporate related, corporate oriented, company oriented data versus the personal oriented data. According to that one, what is the importance of that data? You have to explain. Next one is what is the difference between endpoint DLP, network DLP and cloud DLP. So we can deploy the, okay, so DLP in the endpoint side, network side, and also cloud side. So what is the difference between these two? So nothing but you have to provide the what is the definition along with the example for each and every DLP and the endpoint network and also cloud side. Next one, explain about DLP components or architecture diagram. So how the DLP can be designed or can be implemented, that architecture diagram, and what are the different types of components we can use for this particular DLP component side or architecture side. So you can choose either endpoint or network or cloud. So whenever you are giving the answer, be specific which architecture diagram you are trying to explain. Next one, explain about AWS security. What is AWS security? And also, how can you keep resources, applications, databases, servers, or data servers, or virtual private circuits, or EC2 instances? You'll keep safe and secure. Okay, so nothing but you should provide the answer entire AWS security services. So I already provide this particular video in the previous classes. So our previous YouTube videos. You should explain about overall each and every security service of the native service whatever AWS is providing. So you have to provide that service name along with that description also, so that we can make sure that our resources, applications, database servers, EC2 instances, and resources make sure that safe and secure. If the customer has the data readily is available and already has done the data segregation part, and also vendor, he choosing the vendor also, nothing but customer, and also he is already provided the solution. Now, how can you implement DLP solution? So nothing but it's like implementation only. You no need to do the designing part. You no need to do the solutioning part. Designing, solutioning is already provided by respective customer. But what is the question here is about how can you implement the DLP solution? What are the different process you'll follow? So that is the meaning. How can you reduce false positives using DLP solution? So maybe regularly we're receiving these so many false positive alarms related to DLP. Then in that scenario, how can you reduce all those false positives? So how can you reduce those false positives? Next one is how we can use machine learning capability, artificial intelligence capability. So in the DLP solution, how it is helpful for us, in which way? Can explain about how ML and AI is used for, or what is the importance of ML and AI in DLP solution? And also what is structured data and unstructured data? So definition we have to provide. How the data can be classified, based on what parameters we can classify the data, and also what are the classification of the data, what are the schemes of the data also. These are all there in my YouTube shorts also. Basically, this particular question is from CISSP. Now, what is the different types of DLP tools you worked on? Whatever tools you worked on. So you have to explain about those tools names at least. Compare the one DLP tool with another DLP tool, whatever it is there in your resume. So whatever you are keeping in your resume, so those tools, maybe you mentioned two or three or one. If you're keeping more than one only, normally they'll ask comparison. So maybe candidate is mentioned, I think 2 to 3. So that is the reason they expected comparison with one vendor with another vendor. What are the advantages and drawbacks? Finally, what are the data classification schemes? So these classification schemes, it's based on the public sector, government sector, and military sector. And second one is so business sector or private sector. This one also from CSSP book question only. This one also I made one of the YouTube short. And finally, do you have any questions? So last question is, do you have any questions for this particular role? So that's it, guys. So these are all the DLP related questions in the yesterday interview respective. So interview panel is asked to X candidate. Thank you so very much and thanks for watching the video.